Yellow fellow people, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Legacy Deluxe Class skids. Okay, so before we take a look at the figure itself, packaging. You can see the figure, you can see the vehicle mode, the packaging is windowless. You can see the character, you can see the character again with the combined gun, which I will talk about, or at least showcase. You can see the character art, and going to the back, you can see some product shots. You can see the combined weapon again, and this QR code. So I'm gonna scan this. So here you have the character with some weird lighting effects again. You can see that he's an Autobot. His result mode is a turbo car. His function is a theoretician, and he's from the G1 universe. His signature weapon is his Energon Axe blade, and those skids may be a bit of a daydreamer. He's a fast learner and can think on his feet. So, 4 in strength, 9 in intelligence, 5 in speed, and 7 in firepower. Going back to the figure, so a lot of the last few figures that I've had were actually pretty good. This figure, well, let's talk about it. So, painting and sculpting on the figure is not that bad. You can see that he's trying to replicate his toy design rather than his cartoon, and I'm alright with that, so long as it's done properly. I'm looking at the toy colored Dinobot. Now then, so this figure has a lot of pretty good sculpting and detailing. You can see some on the shins, on the thighs, and yeah, you can see a lot of it. And when you look at the inside, there's also sculpting and detailing. Though I'm not a fan of how they didn't paint in the taillights. Yeah. So now then, on to my problems. Not only is the taillights being unpainted annoying, but when we take a look at his chest, you can see that the entire chest region is red plastic, when only these parts are red. It would have been alright if the red plastic was actually black, and that these were painted, because they're too caved in to actually paint chip. So yeah. And another complaint would be that he has some clear plastic, that being on his wings and back. But even then, the plastic here is kind of durable. So his accessories include his wrist-mounted guns. As you can see, I'm trying to take this one out. It's not that easy. And like I just said, these mount on his wrists, or you could combine them to form a double gun. And he also comes with the Energon Axe. And this looks weird because of this part. You could either use it as an axe or use it as a gun. This for some reason reminds me of Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime's weapon. You can also plug it onto the gun to form a quadruple barreled gun. I'm not sure if this counts as a barrel. It looks like it. Well, it's supposed to be. You could plug it onto his hand, or you could store it on the back. Hooray for the weapon storage in robot mode. So yeah, now that I've kind of finished talking about his accessories and all, let's talk about visibility. He has a ball joint on his head. He can't really look up that far, and he can't really look down that far. The wings can rotate however you wish. And anyways, he can kind of do a full 360 if you move his arm out of the way. And he has a maximum rotation at the arms. That is scary. Imagine seeing this run at you. Imagine seeing this run at you. You could also rotate the arms down so you could replicate his cartoon. But why would you do that? Forearm swivel. The wheels can't rotate. 90-degree elbow bend, wrist swivel, waist swivel, a faux backwards crunch. He cannot really do a split, and his thigh swivel is limited because of the way the thighs are designed. And bend and a maximum pivot. So this figure is not entirely posable. Well, yeah, he is not entirely posable. So let's get into some size comparisons, shall we? And why do I have the hiccups? Here we am compared next to Battle Class Shockwave. Here we am compared next to Legacy Dragstrip. Here we have him compared next to. Here we have him compared next to the Piggy Duo, your favorite duo. Here we have him compared next to the B1 Battle Droid, the B1 Battle Droid Pig from Angry vs. Star Wars. Anyone remember that? And here we have him compared next to Laser Prime. Yikes. So, now that I've gotten the size comparison out of the way, transformation. So, transformation for this guy. It's kind of simple, but also kind of good, kind of cool. So first off, untap his chest area, which is not really a hard thing to do. Tab in the legs, rotate the wheels, and untap the panels. Rotate the legs again. Wait, did I say rotate the legs before? I don't know. Then you rotate the entire waist, which is the reason why it has the backwards crunch. Tab in the legs, and now you can bring in the arms like this. Rotate the forearm. Rotate them at the forearm, and you can see that there's a tab. And because of the hollowness in the arms, you can take advantage of that, or they have taken advantage of that. There you have that one arm done, and you do the same on the other side. Then you rotate the legs inwards, and you tab in the wings. So here we have him in his vehicle mode. And it's not that bad. It's supposed to look like the Honda City Turbo, and it does not look bad. Though I'm not a fan of how they actually didn't paint the wheels in, and I'm not a fan of how this doesn't really tab in properly. He rolls fairly well, and yeah. Though his front wheels don't really like to roll, probably because of them being tight, or this part gets in the way sometimes. I am not sure. The kibble, the underside is kind of weird because of his head popping out due to the head being the hood, part of the hood. Still does not look bad. You can also store the weapons on the vehicle mode. You can store the axe on top and the weapons back on the side. Or you could store it on the top. Also, I'm not sure if anyone noticed this, but the axe blade, when placed on top of the car, looks an awful lot like a backwards arrow. I'm not sure if anyone actually noticed it, because I did. I noticed it in the promo images. So yeah, for a very long time I noticed it. So size comparison time, shall we? Crud, I forgot. Now, the painting and sculpting is not that bad, though I find it weird how they sculpted in a gas cap when there's a port over here. And I like the striping. So, yeah. Now, size comparison time. Here we am for your next two. Cyberverse Battle Class Shockwave, who does not want to stand, because there is no actual stand for this. Here we am compared next to the Piggy Duo, Here I am right next to the leg of a Lego Transformer that I'm working on. Here I am right next to Legacy Iguanas, Legacy Drag Strip. This guy's a pretty long and flat boy. And here I am right next to Legacy Bulkhead. Yeah, there you have that. So, my overall thoughts on the figure. I give this figure's just good. I give the figure's robot mode a 7 out of 10, and his vehicle mode gets an 8 out of 10. So yeah, this is kind of the more weaker figures of Wave 1. Yeah, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.